Welcome to Think Alive. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you.
Welcome back to the Thinker, everyone. It's a beautiful afternoon and another How To Tuesday. Another request, this one. Christopher, or is it Chris? I'm not sure, apologies. Has asked, Christopher's wanting to move to Spain in 2023, next year, and do a similar thing to us, I guess. And he's asked basically a vague question about plumbing, and then basically how to get water out of a well. We don't actually have wells. We've got a well just over there, which is 30-40 metres deep, which is absolutely bone dry, absolutely useless to us. But we do have these deposits dotted all over the place. These basically collect water off the roofs, run off water off the ground, and essentially act the same way as a well. There's water in the bottom of them. Some of them are 10-12 metres deep. Wells generally tend to be deeper than that, but not always. So this one always has a lot of water in it, and in the old days they used to use the old bucket to get them out of the way. I'll show you, this one still does, and they still use the bucket. And there it is. It's still got the original cord, which was made from the grasses that grow. Absolutely original, totally fantastic bit to be treasured, really. But obviously in modern times we don't really want to, it's not a really practical way to say it. You want to have a shower, get someone to keep filling a bucket and pouring it over your head with cold water. So obviously with today's modern things it's not practical. So how do we get water out of the well? So this is another deposit. Needs a bit of repair. It'll be a project coming up one day, but it's still standing, it still works. What we've got on this one, there's an electric wire at the back going down, and there's a long string, and there's a pump on the end of it. One of these. This is just a submersible pump with a float switch on it. So when the water's above the level and that floats up, it'll pump. You just plug it in basically, or you can put a switch on them or whatever. It's got a long string on it. We use this in the other deposit in the courtyard in case that gets full and we need to pump it out to stop it overflowing basically. It's not as big as these others, but we've never had to use it yet, so that's good. So basically, yeah, ours, it just lives down there permanently, and we just, when we want to get water out of it, we just plug it in, and it's actually piped into the plumbing into our tank, which is in the thingy. There are other types of pump you can use which are probably better than these. We'll go and have a look. Right, so we're in the engine room. This is a massive pump. This is, the other pump out there is about 600 watts. It'll shift from a 10 metre depth, or 9 metres that one is. It'll pump about 600 litres an hour. This one is much more powerful. I'm trying to see, 1.1 kilowatt. This goes to our deposit, our internal deposit in the courtyard. And that's about, this has probably got a lift on it of about 10 metres again, probably on the bottom of there, and it's quite a long way away as well. But this will actually pull 6,000 litres an hour out of that, which is fantastic. It's a jet pump, this. Now we're not actually using it in jet pump mode because we don't need to, but you can normally send 2 pipes down. I don't want to go too much into it, but it forces the water up a lot better, and you can go a lot deeper with them. I'm not sure what the actual depth is on this, but it does 10 metres without even being in jet mode. Absolutely fantastic thing. The other pumps you can get are what they call deep well pumps, and these again sit down the bottom of the well and switch them on. I've got no experience of them, never used one, never needed one, but they will pull from massive depths, apparently specifically designed for deep wells. The name's a bit of a giveaway on that, isn't it? So if you're going to need a pump to get your water out of your well. you need to check the pump specifications, the depth of your well, the depth and the throw that you need to send the water, and how fast you want to get it out. So what do you do with it once you've got it out? Ideally, you want to put it in a tank. We pump all our water. We've got our storage tank underneath here. It used to hold 7,000 litres. It leaks, but we can get 2,500 litres in it without any problem at all. But I'd sort of recommend a minimum, well, a 3,000 litre tank where you can pump your water from your well into your storage tank, ready to be used. We use about 1,000 litres a week, something like that. A lot of people possibly use a lot more. So you're having to, top it up every 3 or 4 weeks or so, I guess, depending on the size of your tank. But if you have your big tank outside, you can then fill it up, and then you don't have to keep pumping all the time. If you're on solar, you can get solar powered pumps. You can just use your solar power, your excess solar power, to pump your water when you get a good clear day. You've always got that buffer, we're not having to pump it if it's cloudy and you've not got much power. You've got a big amount there that's ready to go at any time. What do you do with your water after you've collected it? We have another pump at the back there, which is our domestic supply pump. Basically, it's an on-demand pump. It goes down into the storage thing that's below me and pumps the water up. You open the tap, it releases the pressure, and the pressure valve in the pump kicks in, your water comes out. A bit like in a caravan or a motorhome or camper van or something like that, same sort of principle, only bigger. So obviously your well water, you need to get it checked. Most well water is sort of usually okay, but you can get contaminants and things, whatever fertilizer sometimes used illegally can contaminate the well water, the underground, the aquifers, do they call them. You can get bad contaminants in them. We check ours sort of on a regular basis, but we also filter it through. I've been into the filters before, but just to be on the safe side, we've got a whole house filtering system here. We've got two particle filters. The first one is 5 microns, the second one is 1 micron, and this third one is a carbon filter. They all take out various impurities and contaminants in the water, and then at the end, you can't see that down there, can you? We've got a UV water sterilizer. I'll spin it around so you can see that. This is him down here. I think that does 12 gallons an hour, 12 gallons a minute even. What's that, 12 or 50, 60 litres a minute. You need to match this up to the supply that you need in the house. You can get bigger ones, you can even get smaller ones as well, but yeah, you obviously need to match this to the new maximum flow that your pump can give out. A lot of taps, faucets are restricted for water flow to save water kind of thing, but I tested this on our outside tap, which is a full flow open thing, and we can't possibly use more and match it with the pump as well, more than this can cope with. The important thing with these, if you do, you must make sure you've got a 1 micron filter in your filter banks before, because apparently nasty things can hide behind particles bigger than 1 micron. This kills all E. coli and any bacteria in the water, whereas the others remove various other impurities and solids and that as well that might be hanging about there. And we tested our water, it's absolutely pure, totally drinkable. The animals drink it, we drink it. Lovely. So there we go. So I hope that helps anyone looking to live off a well. Like I say, select your pump that you want for your depth of your well and the speed of the water you want to, how fast you want to pump it. Stick it in a separate collection tank, otherwise you're just going to be, every time you turn the tap on, you're going to be pumping from the bottom of a well. It's a needless power use really. Put it on a big tank as big as you like. I'd recommend at least 3,000 litres, and then you can use that water, purify it and pump it as required as your domestic supply. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure there's going to be something I've forgotten. If you think, put it in the comments. If there's anything that you'd like us to cover, if you're thinking of living off grid, if you want to live off grid, any questions you've got that we can help you with, we're happy to do so. Again, stick it in the comments, and we'll see you back putting a roof on this on Thursday.